When you think of your ideal partner, does a checklist pop into your head? You know what I mean? Like, it could be anything, the perfect job, what they look like, where they live. For Christian singles, it's something that's really common. Everyone has almost a checklist, right? But today I'm going to dive into what really matters, the true non-negotiables that you should be focusing on, the Christ-centered essentials that should guide your focus in finding that person. So here are some core essential things that truly matter. Is their faith actively growing? Do they genuinely love Jesus and seek to be like him? Do their actions reflect their beliefs? Because, it's not just about going to church, right? It's about living and breathing your faith that ultimately shapes your life. The next one is look for a transformed life by God's Spirit. Do they demonstrate love, kindness, joy, peace, goodwill to others? Does it reflect what they truly believe? Are they humble, teachable, honest, and courageous? Character reveals itself over time, how they treat others, how they handle conflict, and how they live out their daily lives. Do you both desire to honor God with your lives, your resources, and your family? Do your general aspirations point in the same direction? So service, having a family, all that kind of good stuff. This doesn't mean agreeing on everything, but ultimately the same purpose, the same drive is really important. A life that you want to serve God together. So are they someone who can communicate effectively? Do they listen to what you're saying, or are they just thinking about what they're going to say and they're not truly listening? You want someone who's good at communication because it's so important. Because this reflects maturity and a willingness to grow together. So beyond the primary foundation of faith, while there's going to be differences, fundamental things that you don't agree on can cause friction, especially around things like money. If you're really, really different when it comes to spending money and they're not willing to compromise a little bit, it may make things difficult in the long run, because these can all be the deep roots of your shared life together. So what is the difference between a non-negotiable and just your preference? Non-negotiables are the absolute Christ-centered essential things, the true foundation of your relationship, that if they were missing, it just wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't work. And preferences are things that you like, but are willing to be flexible on, such as someone's height, their career, maybe even where they live. All of these things, to me, they're not non-negotiables. They're things to talk to the other person about, communicate, be open with each other about those things. Don't let your preferences stop you from meeting amazing people out there that you could have an incredible life with. So how do you make it clear what your non-negotiables are? How do you get clear of them? Well, first of all, pray. He is with you always and he will guide you. Number two, I'm a bigger believer in becoming aware of how you feel inside. Listening to that prompt. I really listen and have trained myself almost to become more aware of how I feel in different circumstances, or how I feel when I'm talking to someone. I think that is the Holy Spirit guiding us, and that is a huge tool that everyone should learn to listen to. Number three, what have you learned from past relationships or just disappointments? Perhaps from people that you've met before, it hasn't worked out, you've been disappointed. What have you learned from those things? Then you can use those things that you have learned to then go forwards more positively, and hopefully this new person that you're talking to, it will make all the difference because you have grown. It's all about growth. The benefits of having this clarity are numerous. There's intentionality. You date with purpose, not just to fill the void. Discernment. You're much better equipped to discern and to know, who this person is that you're talking to discern their words and their actions. Peace. You have peace knowing that you're aligning with God's intention. And freedom. You are free from chasing the superficial, idealistic things that, everyone has. And you are free now to follow God's best, what God has for you. If you have any questions or you need more guidance on this, first, pray, and then leave us a message and we'll try and help you out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a quick like, and I'll see you in the next one.